in, and or if I see something that's really off or being dangerous, then I will step in, of course, and say, hey Tom, try this way. So anyway, for now, let's get started, and Tom is going to select one out of my many woods, except the leftover piece of yew that I'm working on. That will stay for another day. So, Tom, it's all yours, but perhaps maybe it's a good idea to drill it up and work it from the middle. Put the steady rest up here that will help and slow it down a little bit. Okay? So, why don't we do it? Then you speed it up a little bit. This means you got wood. You want to use the hollowing tool?
I don't know, whatever you think is best.
Well, the hollowing tool is a nice tool. It's nice and easy. It doesn't beat you up. You don't have to worry about catches as much. So, why don't we try the hollowing now? Now, you're going to try the difference between traditional tool and a hollowing. The traditional tools might have a little bit of more of a curve, learning curve, but you'll see that to get to the job done, it's a much different effect. So you're going to go in here with your arm further back, just almost both top and bottom at the same, and then make the adjustments as you need, you know, to get a nice cut, but hold a firm hold on the back of this, and you're just going to keep going. And as you're going in, you can actually lower the handle and be taking it off kind of towards the top. Okay, when starting the lathe, I don't put my tool in, I work my way in with the tool. Okay, almost parallel, top, bottom, find it, and then adjust as you're pulling out.
What am I doing wrong?
Okay, I'm not sure because I can't see in there, but I'm pretty sure that if you're trying to go to the middle, forget the middle right now until you drill it out. Find the edge, you'll find, and push down with the thumb and work it out. You get a nice cut, you maintain that, and just work it straight out. You don't think? Yeah, just be careful when you go out there. There you go. Find it. Okay. When you working with the tool, it's always constant adjust and never be too stiff and holding it up. Don't trust that what you're cutting over there is going to be the same thing that you're going to be applying over here. Ease up. Ease up as you're coming out. Nice and easy. See that? I'm not pushing at all. Nice and easy. I don't worry about going all the way back there and see where I am. But if I am back there, it's the tip that's look from back there. The tip is what's doing the job, not the full blunt of the tool. And as it comes out, as it comes out, and I feel it's biting too much, small adjustment. Small adjustment, or more of the tip. Very nice. You're letting it bounce too much, Tom. You're not taking control of the cut. You're letting the piece dictate. There you go. Same cut, same piece, same off balance, and all of a sudden you don't have bounce. It's because you're controlling your cut a little bit smoother and not fighting. When you get that bounce, you back off from it a little bit. And let it cut the high spots, and then you eliminate that. Always be free to make that little adjustments to get that slightly nicer cut as you're going in and out. You know, slight twist of the wrist. Either to be a little bit more aggressive, but not pushing necessarily, just gliding. Let that chatter not be the dictating factor on where your tool is going. That's good. Nice control there. But keep in mind of your knuckles too. Find it. And don't advance until you find it. Nice. Look at those nice little curls coming out of it. You're a pro, man. I like that. Look at those. Nice and easy. Always adjust as you're coming out. And you can keep coming out to the outside because you're going to get rid of that flat edge that you see in the front. Don't let it bounce. Because you're hitting air and wood now. So you control it. Don't be too aggressive when you're coming towards the front edge. Where you turn your tool slightly a little.
Now if I'm going in, I turn the tool that way?
Well, no. Unless you're doing a push cut, then I don't think you have enough angle to do that.
Okay.
So you
continue doing what I'm doing.
Your flute closed and just pull it up all the way to the outside until you finally get rid of this little flat part that you see in the front. That will disappear. Where you see the end of the wood. either way, it would work. We still got this little flat part here, so I think that we need to just take off a little bit on this area right here. Not so much here, okay, but out here. Just on this outer part, not necessarily going in here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so just this outside part right here. Feather it up, and you want to get rid of that hump, or you want me to do it?
No, you do it.
Okay, it's you know, you're so close there that it's just going back and forth, and you can see, you can almost see the distance between the tip of your tool. If you look, depending on how you look at it, if you're concentrating straight inside, you can't see it. But if you're from out here, you can see the thickness between the two adjoining I'm looking at the bottom ridge also and see where I am with the tool. And when you're refining, you're not trying to make cuts. You're just trying to shape it, take any, get rid of any humps you got. So we know that out here, just out here, we got a little bit thick. Just out here. I can see that thickness. Okay, and don't be a superhero. You know, it's okay to go in there with your scraper on an angle. Okay, I don't approach the scraper too many times like this. Okay, but nice and easy. I don't follow the jumping. I let it be light enough where it's hitting those high spots, the chatter, and then before you know it, it will all be equal. Now this is air and wood that you hear. I mean, I'm not going like this, but you know, that little bit of an angle gives you a little bit of a cushion.
You know,
Okay. See how it looks. What do you think, Tom? A little bit more cleaning up on the bottom? Okay, can go with the scraper in here, just get rid of a little bit of that, and I think you're good to go. Same rule. Gonna go in there nice and easy. Now it's a long reach, so you gotta be careful. See? And by the way, when you get that chatter, if you want a spiral effect, that gives you a beautiful spiral effect. And the flimsier the tool is, the lighter it is, the more of that you get. You get perfect spirals, like intentionally done.
oh,
Yeah, you can actually use a soft tool just to do that. looking, right now I'm looking at the thickness that I got over here between the outside and where the tool is. And I can profile it pretty much following up the same profile that you got on the outside. Now, this is also a time that if you feel good with what's happening on the inside, you say, okay, I would still want to do something a little different. So this would be the time that you would maybe slightly taper this in. Get rid of this sharp edge over here and just go in there a little bit and just barely touch these edges, and you would refine the piece a little bit better too. So let's say
I learn a lot just by watching you.
probably more than you do when it's live.
No, I mean, I learn a lot right here now watching you.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I learned from you on YouTube too, but being right here, it's,
Okay.
I can walk over here, I can walk over there.
Exactly.
You know?
You're not restricted to a camera
Yeah,
angle that I
right.
forgot to place, that I'm getting the back of my head, right? So, just want to clear it up a little bit. You know, I try to stay fairly close, but, you know, this is a good tool, perfect tool to go in there
Fine-tune.
and just fine-tune that. You could do it with a push cut, and, you know, which doesn't blow away the bark, but you just barely touch it. When you find it, I mean, almost no pressure whatsoever. I'm not holding the tool very tight. Okay? And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, see, I just took it up just a little bit. Just took that sharp edge that was there. So if I feel that it's still, okay, I could still do it a little bit more, then you do it. But you stop it frequently and see where you are. Lost a little piece of bark, but it's nothing major, just a flake on the outside. This little piece came off. Okay, and again, bark is fairly soft, so if it's something that you don't feel most comfortable with, one thing that I do every once in a while, rather than the lathe running, where the lathe stops, just edge it up, just round it off, because you can't tell if it was a lathe stop or not. Okay? The edge of the bark, just break it off, and it brings all these grains all the way up. See? Almost not touching. Just enough where you get the transition of the bark to the wood. Let's see that? Watch. Find the edge. I'm just taking that transition.
Refining. That brings that bark right out.
And I'm seeing lines. I mean, don't confuse lines from the different coloration of the bark. But if I'm seeing lines, you know, I work on that a little bit and get rid of it. Okay, when I feel that that looks pretty good to the eye, then I feel comfortable that this sandpaper has done its job. It doesn't need to do anything further. You have to consider on what you're doing with this area here. What do you want to keep or not keep? You probably want to maintain this just the way it is, but we got a little line over here, a ridge. So you either cut it or you sand it off. One of the two options. Generally, when I got something that's a little bit more pronounced like that, I'd rather do a cut, but we'll continue with the sanding. I'm pretty sure that's there. So this over here, because you want to maintain this little bit, and this over here, we don't want to cut, do much with that. And as soon as you hit it with sandpaper too hard, it's going to disappear. Not that it's going to blow away, but it will cut very fast. This piece right here is a little loose. So seeing that you want to maintain that, this is where you take a little bit of dab of CA. Doesn't take much. And you know, seeing that it's a piece that you want to maintain. Okay? You put it up. Now, if you put CA on the bark, it really enhances the piece. But you literally have to, if you get too much on the sapwood, then you have to sand it, because this will become shinier and more pronounced than the rest of the finish. So just saturate it. And when I got the delicate bark like this, okay, generally I'll break down these very sharp edges, and you can see that.
Yeah, it's just going to fall right off.
Okay, so on a case like that, a lot of times I'll use this. I'll just take an old sanding disc, fold it up, and go with the bark. And try not to get rid of the jags, you know.
Yeah, leave it natural.
Yeah, you're just taking that very sharp edge that's on it, but maintaining all the character of what the bark is doing for the piece. Did I just shut it off now?
Yeah. It's another beautiful piece.
Look at that one.
I'm looking at the monitor.
Yeah.
The director scolded me here. But it's a beautiful piece.
Believe it's to be
mango.
Mango? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is.